you can go as deep as you want.
Okay.
And this is a tough question, but I would ask it if you were law enforcement. But have you ever had to shoot someone, kill another human being?
I have had to kill, but I have not had to shoot. I have not had to shoot. So there's a
So you've killed another human.
Most CIA officers who get to my level before they leave have been engaged in some sort of kinetic, lethal process.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you, Andrew, have killed another human.
So I understand what you're getting at.
Yeah.
And the technical answer to what you're saying is yes. But there's nuance to it. There's nuance to it because CIA doesn't want us to carry the psychological impact of being responsible for the death of another person.
Right.
So generally speaking, a kinetic strike involves a team or a group of people. So no one person carries the responsibility.
Okay.
And then
that's to sort of spread out the psychology of grief and guilt and all that stuff.
And then on top of that, there's a hierarchy approval process. So you're identifying a kinetic target, or you're saying a kinetic target is an opportunity. You run it up a chain of command. The chain of command comes down and then gives you the order to strike. And then you, as the team, work together to execute the strike.
Wow.
And then there's a difference between intimate and...
Excuse me.
No, there's a difference between intimate and non-intimate killing. So intimate killing is what you see in the movies. It's one person with one person stabbing, punching. It's the cat fight.
I love how it's called intimate too.
Because it kind of binds the two people together. It's very hard for a person to get past that. Yeah. But then you have non-intimate killing. Non-intimate killing is done at a distance. So a drone strike where you're dropping multiple bombs or multiple drone strikes or sabotage operations, or when you give the green light to the Navy SEAL team that goes in, all of those are versions of non-intimate killing. And it's non-intimate for everybody involved. So even the SEAL team operative who's pulling the trigger feels a sense of distancing from the target when they kill.
Right.
The challenge with killing is actually not the process of killing. It's the immediate aftermath, because people don't die right away. So when someone is shot, they will cry out in pain, they will moan, they will gurgle. There are things that will happen after the permission of the non-intimate killing is executed, and then that's where the real gravity comes from the killing.
How odd is it to hear you've been granted permission to kill another living human being? It's heavy.
It's heavy, but you also, in the moment, you don't see them as human beings. You see them as targets.
You have to make that separation.
Yeah.
What's the closest proximity to said target? Were you on a rooftop from 200 yards? Were you 10 feet away?
I was miles away in a command center.
Miles away, okay.
Yeah, I was miles away in a command center.
Yeah.
I was the one that was making the final call on a package that was set for kinetic strike.
Kinetic, just for them. I know what it means. They don't.
Yeah, kinetic means...
The purples, the grays, even some of the plaid people don't know what that means.
So
we know what it means. Pinky and Brownie, we got it, but not them.
But kinetic means anytime that you are sending some sort of physical device intended to kill.
Wow.
So that's what kinetic is. So kinetic can be bullets, it can be rockets, it can be missiles, it can be rockets and missiles that don't explode, that just kind of cut or fillet.
Fillet. Oh.
Yeah, that's a terrible death by fillet.
Yeah. Especially if you're a chick.
Or a grouper.
Grouper, yeah. Wow. The scenario we're talking about right now, can you tell us what that specific mission was? Like who you were striking out at and how you terminated?
So I can tell you some elements that still keep it classified.
Yeah.
I was part of a command group that was determining how to use air assets. Air assets mean airborne kinetic vehicles. In our case, drones.
Drones, I was going to say that, yeah.
It was during the global war on terror. We were focused on an area of active hostilities. So the areas of active hostility during that global war on terror were Afghanistan and Iraq. We had identified a base where terrorist activity was actively being planned for imminent threats against Americans.
What part of the world was this? Or can you say?
It was Afghanistan, Iraq area.
Okay, area.
That's what I can say.
Don't name any streets.
No rice paddy specifically.
Yeah. It wasn't right there by the light bulb shop. Okay.
And we had a team of paramilitary on the ground. Paramilitary comprised multiple tier 1 and tier 2 teams that were seconded, that were assigned to the agency to support the operation. And their job was to basically clean up whatever the air assets couldn't destroy on the first strike, and then to physically remove any intelligence that would help inform us as to next steps and other cells that were operating in the area. So we had real-time surveillance through thermal imaging on the actual location. We were able to have positive ID through the ground teams that the targets of interest were in the location when we wanted to strike. And then all of the kind of different people say, we're ready to go. And then I had the authority to say go or no go. Yeah, and then we went.
Did you press the...
No, there's somebody else. There's somebody
You just give the green light.
Correct. There's actually like an E3, E4, a very low-level military person whose job it is to actually press the button and say...
So it's from the distance. That distance sort of gives you a little bit of that video game sensation.
Right. It's very movie-like because you've got multiple screens on with different surveillance videos. You can actually see the screen that has your own team highlighted on it so that you can see their locations. And then you've got the thermals that show the people in the building and you can see their location. And it's very, very movie-like.
Knowing what you know and living through the experiences you've had, could you, if instructed, could you do the one-on-one if you were...
Yeah, and what's wild is I think anybody could. Anybody could if the circumstances leading up to the moment of intimate killing are required or if they're met. Because it's shockingly easy to turn a human being into something other than a human being, into a villain, into somebody who's a threat, into an animal, into a monster. It's really shockingly easy to dehumanize a person and turn them into something else.
Let me try a little experiment so I can test your feelings. I want you to look through this.
Okay.
And describe how you feel looking through the crosshairs. If it triggers any memory. And why are you looking at me, by the way?
I'm actually just aiming it towards your dudes over there.
Okay.
Towards Goldie's.
Yeah.
Goldie's.
See if it conjures up any type of feeling.
No, just that we need to tune the scope.
We do? It's out of focus?
Not quite made for this close distance, I can see.
You've looked through a sniper's scope? Could you shoot a sniper's rifle?
I've shot a sniper's rifle.
Wow.
Not in the field at a person, but I've trained on a sniper's rifle.
While you've got it,
their scopes are incredible.
While you've got it, would you mind just looking through it one more time and let me know how my skin's doing?
Let's see.
CIA believes that all people are born with a spy secret superpower. For some people, that means they can win deals. For others, they can spot liars. Some can even seduce lovers. I built a free 3-minute test to help reveal to you exactly what your secret hidden superpower is. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, take the test, and start using your spy superpower to stay ahead of 99% of people.
I can see. Yeah, you look good. Maybe there's a little bit of pinkiness going on. Too much time in the sun.
Need some moisturizer. Okay, well you didn't have any psychological tick or any type of adverse reaction to this could be a trigger
for some people.
Yeah,
for some people.
But you handled it very calmly.
That's the goal.
And I'm wondering, looking in your eyes, if inside things aren't. Is everything okay?
Everything's okay.
Andrew, that laugh, that nervous little laugh is a tell.
I just don't know what to tell you.
That's a deflection.
I don't know.
Hang on.
I don't. There we go. What do you see besides where I missed my close shave?
Interesting.
You see people through crosshairs. It's still just crosshairs.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't it? It's such a weird world that we live in where human beings, me and you and our families, our uncles, our sisters, our brothers, we could be the targets of death and hatred and war. And is there ever a world where you've been immersed in the CIA and all the bureaucracy and all the government red tape Is there ever a scenario where Andrew goes, this is just sort of like a game, like a bunch of kids playing a very dangerous adult game? Does it ever feel like that, or is it always very crystal clear that I'm on a mission? And
No, it's not. It's not crystal clear that I'm on a mission all the time. Because what happens, especially as you gain experience in the field, is you start to realize that there is no adult. Because you said kids in an adult game.
Yeah.
There are no adults. We really
Explain that.
We never really mature past late high school, early college.
Right?
We're just stuck there. We're stuck at that shitty kind of 19 to 22-year-old window where you're always self-conscious. You always want to be bigger than you really are. You always worry about what people are thinking about you. And you just get older and grayer.
Yeah.
And maybe more rich and more powerful, but you're stuck there. And we're all stuck there. All the time. The only people who aren't stuck there are the people who are less than 19 years old and don't know that they're getting ready to go into that logger jam.
Wow.
And everything that we do, from stealing secrets to bombing bases with and enriching uranium, everything we do is to further try to escape that sticky, shitty feeling of not being sufficient enough and hoping that people will like us.
Yeah, if you look at our planet, this sphere is this beautiful garden of paradise.
Right.
And you look at all the creatures and all the inhabitants and the millions of species. And then here's us at the top of the chain, apparently the most intelligent. And we're playing all these chess games with human lives and geography and power and money and position. And it just feels like, why? Why do we do all this stuff? Why do people have to die? Why do the power shifts have to happen? It's almost like an elevated schoolyard.
And you start to realize that we are just animals.
Yeah.
We're animals with fancier shit. That's it.
Yeah.
Because what do animals have? They have to hunt, they have to fight, they have these power struggles. They have to compete constantly for resources, whether they're competing constantly for the berry bushes or for rabbit hovels, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're always fighting instead of trying to find a way to grow something more. And we just fall into that category of animals. We're not like plants that just grow and spread and thrive. And then you have some plants that just get starved of light just because other plants next door are bigger.
Yeah.
We're not fixtures like rock that just move and shift and shape the world along with us. It really shows us how impermanent and insignificant we are as human beings, even though as we look at ourselves, we think the opposite. We think we're so significant and we think that we're here forever.
Do you like what you see as a person who's had to, shall I say, be a real student of humanity, having to study? I'll share this with you. I used to work for the police way back when. And just at the low capacity I was at, I literally worked in the mailroom, but I had to circulate throughout the whole police force from the chief of police office down to the morgue. And the amount of materials I was exposed to, the darkness, the death, the cruelty, the evil, dare I say, that the dark side of the human underbelly that's there, that again we kind of see portrayed in movies. I got to see it with all the Hollywood trimmings peeled away. And I know that you've probably seen the darkest underbelly of humanity. Does that make you not like humans? Does that make you sympathetic? Does that make you wonder why? How does that make you feel?
I have a mixed relationship with human beings.
Yeah.
Right. I was just having a conversation with a good friend of mine who doesn't live far from here actually recently. And we were joking because my friend is an introvert. I'm an extrovert, meaning he likes to be alone. I like to be around people.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he's really awkward around people, but inside he really, really likes people. He's like, I really like people, but then when I'm around people, I act awkward and then they don't want to be around me. So then I feel lonely. And it was kind of that situation.
Tough. Yeah.
And I looked at him and I was like, I actually hate people. And that's my generic kind of overgeneralized answer. Like I don't like people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like to be around people because they give me energy. So I think the more nuanced answer is I don't like the vast majority of people.
Yeah.
The vast majority of people are either ignorant or obnoxious or self-centered or violent or distracted or disagreeable in some way. The vast majority of people. There are a few people who are really enriching to be around.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that makes it a really mixed relationship for me. I love the things that people produce. The art, the music, the thoughts, the poetry, the stories, the imagination. You don't get that anywhere. So if we didn't have people, you wouldn't have any of that.
Yeah, the beautiful stuff.
And that beautiful stuff comes from a very small amount of people. And what's fascinating to me is oftentimes the people who create the most incredible things, it's born out of darkness. So you need that dark side of people to inspire the creativity that creates these incredible and enlightening pieces of everything from wall paintings to music to movies to storybooks. So it's tricky, man. I wouldn't actually want to never meet people. I'd want to meet the right people, but I still need all the other people to exist because even if all those other people are doing is making life shitty for a few artists, we need the artists.
You know what I would submit to you, and this is, I don't know if you'd agree with this or not, but I think all people have the beautiful stuff in them, and a lot of people don't know they have it in them, or they've never tapped into it, or they haven't found it, or they can't access it. Or maybe just because of their life, maybe they were born into working in a car plant, or maybe their parents were farmers and they got stuck riding the tractor their whole life. But I think everyone intrinsically has the beautiful stuff in them, but maybe they don't always have the avenue to let it out, which is sad.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think we all have equal amounts of beautiful stuff.
No, I
in
agree.
us.
I mean, Gandhi certainly probably has a lot more beautiful stuff in him than, let's say, Putin has, you know, but I appreciate your honesty, because that's sort of a heavy question.
And it's a not fun way to kind of roll through your day either.
Yeah.
Where you already know that you're going to meet 150 faces and you're not going to like 142 of them. And hopefully the last 8 aren't completely obnoxious. It's not a super positive way to go through life. But that's also why when I see like the life that you've built for yourself up on this hill, there's a part of me that's like, this is the way to do it. You only meet the people you want to meet.
Right.
You've got this incredible view around you all the time.
Yeah.
You watch the city change.
Yeah.
But the city is going to change. Like you said, LA doesn't change very much.
It doesn't,
so you are literally looking down on probably 30 million lives. How big is the city over that
I think
hill?
it's 11 million people in LA now, or 12.
So you're around people all the time, but you don't have to put up with them.
Yeah.
It's kind of a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that you're a real nature guy.
Well,
you find your solace in nature, and more. Do you find a strong connection in nature?
Absolutely. There's a connection. That's the right word.
Yeah.
Connection is the right word, because I can't imagine being just in nature. I can't even spend a whole day just in nature. Camping is very difficult for me.
It is.
Yeah, it's like me and all these trees and a couple of animals that I can't see and some insects biting my ass. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I need people of some sort, at least people passing through or hiking through or at the campsite next to me, and they're laughing and they've got kids running around. Like, that's nice for me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being totally alone, and there are some people who can handle that very well.
Yeah, I can handle that. I really can. I'm good at that too. But so it sounds like there's been a bit of a disappointment in the human race for you. But is there a apex where it's a more of a bright future? Is there a world where you see humanity striving and climbing to something that is more enlightening to you? Which
the short answer is no.
Yeah,
I don't see humanity climbing and striving as a group for much of anything. And I will also say that the disappointment hasn't always been there. The disappointment came from my experience with CIA.
That's what I mean. You were exposed to that dark underbelly.
And what we consider to be the light as well.
Yeah.
Right? Like you consider the light to be the things that are fighting the dark.
Yeah.
But the problem is the people who are fighting the dark are fighting it with darkness.
Yeah, that's right. So it's compacted darkness on darkness, which makes the darkness even darker.
Correct. And then you ask yourself, well, then where is the light actually? And then you realize that the light is just this justification of being dark. And then it's all fucked up, because then you're like, hold on a second. If I kill the criminal that I captured and put on trial, somehow I'm making the world a better place. And if I release a criminal because they're going to lead me to a bigger, badder criminal, that's somehow using the light. It doesn't make sense, right? It's just, whether you look at the church or whether you look at the court system or whether you look at, even the house of an average child. Well, let me get this straight. You're lying to your children about why they have to brush their teeth tonight, to get them to brush their teeth tonight because you want them to learn oral hygiene for the future? Is that really the light? Because you're still using lies and manipulation to get your kids to do what you want them to do. It's just, it becomes very transparent, and you start to realize we don't really do anything good. We don't do anything good just to do something good. We all want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But we also know that if we actually do the right thing, we're going to get screwed. We're going to fall back. We're going to lose an advantage. We're going to spend resources and not gain resources. And it becomes this very binary experience.
I'm curious. This is very fascinating to me because I've seen the dark underbelly of people, of humanity in a very dark way. Like I was only there for a bit, but I saw dead bodies being rolled in of young teenage girls that were raped and murdered. I've seen corpses with ropes around their necks. I've seen a lot. I don't talk about it very often, but I saw a lot. And it's just fascinating that I've seen that dark underbelly. I found a way to rise up over it somehow. I'm not sure exactly how, but there's a positive light and an energy that I think I opened myself up to allow so that I could survive seeing all that.
Does that make you have hope for humanity, or does that just help you cope with the dark?
It makes me have hope for everything, for the biggest eternity. It makes me, it's almost like that picture behind you. It's like light that shines out, because what I want to submit to you, because I can feel that you have a bit of that darkness you speak of. Sometimes it can creep up and slide over you and take you even when you're not a dark person. And because you have this bit of an outlook on people, I want to say to you that don't let the darkness slide on top of you.
Thank you.
And you've seen the shit show. You've seen some really dark stuff. And I can sense you're a good, caring, deep person. And I can almost feel a little bit of the darkness has got on you, like almost like a film, like a dirt. And I would submit to you, don't let it, even though you've seen it, reject it and push it back. And even though it's hard, try to look for the light and let it on you.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you're saying, and I appreciate the concern. I would characterize it a little differently, only to say that to pursue the light takes effort.
Yeah.
So in my ways, I am absolutely putting effort into keeping, like you said, the dirt off.
Yeah.
Right? And we all have to put effort into keeping the dirt off.
Yeah.
Or else we're going to be consumed.
It's like, that's right. It's like because it keeps coming at you.
It reminds me of the Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
If you remember that from when we were kids. And Artax, the horse that gets sucked into that bog of sadness or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And that's exactly what it's like. And that's in my experience, that is exactly what the world is like. If you don't actively try to fight it, you're just going to get sucked in. And that's why you see so many people who have been consumed, who are just angry and bitter and constantly the victim and constantly feel like they have no control, and they just end their life as bitter, lonely people.
Yeah.
Until the final weeks or days when they find some kind of hope at the end of the tunnel, and then they want to recant all their ways, whatever. But I think the effort looks different for all people. There's some people where the effort looks like scripture or prayer, and then there's other people who the effort looks like escape. I am an escape type of person.
Yeah.
I need to find my house on a hill.
Yeah.
Right? To borrow what you have in your backyard. That's what I'm looking for. So the effort I'm putting into it is, how do I escape by finding my paradise, if you will.
Yeah.
Right? And there's plenty of paradise to choose from, because in contrast to humans, the fucking globe, the world, is an amazing place.
Yeah.
And, there's incredible places where humanity meets nature, and it's just gorgeous. If you've ever overlooked Hong Kong, What
I've
incredible,
done that.
incredible sights.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you've ever had a chance to like see Vancouver Island from a boat,
Sure.
incredible place. Like there's
Yeah.
there's all these locations. Niagara Falls. There's Chicago, for crying out loud. There's locations right here in LA where you can see the two come together, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Without drowning in the ocean of the dark people.
Yeah. And I will submit this too. The light is also strip away the human stuff. The light is also, it's so obvious. It's the light. You go outside and there's the golden light, and just let that land on you and inhabit you and crawl on you. And it's a very simple matter of energy and visualization.
You know, it's beautiful.
But every day, just let that land on you and settle like a dust. And I think you'll feel it.
It's funny that you say that, because the last 2 nights we're staying in Koreatown. I'm in LA with my family. We're on a tour promoting our book.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too.
And every night from our Koreatown apartment, we have a west-facing view.
Nice.
And then the pink sunset comes up at night, and the tall palm trees of LA, like that are going in that westerly direction, and it's a beacon. It just calls to you. It just tells you every night at like 6:30 or 7 at night, come outside and take a walk. And you walk these streets lined with these gigantic palm trees on a purple and pink sunset.
Yeah, that's the light.
It's gorgeous.
You can feel it. Yeah.